These are by far some of the craziest tattoo artists I've ever come across. What's up, guys? I'm bringing the long form content back. I did it for a little bit and then I stopped. I don't know why, but it allows me to be more in depth with different tattoos that I showcase. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Turcotte, also known as Inked Abroad, and I'm a tattoo ethnographer, and I study and document tattooing across different cultures and the history of it. And I also love studying the different styles across different cultures and showcasing some of the greatest tattoos the world has ever seen. And today, I'm going to do just that, and I'm going to show you some of the greatest tattoo artists I've ever come across. So I'm going to blow your mind right off the bat, because I remember when I first saw these tattoos, I was like, how the fuck is that possible? This is one of my favorite tattoo artists in the world, Nissaco. So Nissaco creates these absolutely stunning large-scale pieces that is a blend of his own ornamental style take on irezumi. And irezumi is the traditional Japanese style of tattooing where they apply the ink with a tabori stick, and it's a practice that's over 2,000 years old. And it truly is mesmerizing. Some of the most unique tattoos I've ever seen, because there's so much intricate details in each one. There's the opaques contrasting against the blacks, the negative space, and the way he is just able to blend all the patterns together yet create such a separation of each of them. And it's just flat out mastery. I mean, the way he creates his pattern works. Yes, they're all complex designs, but the way he layers everything together, it just transitions so smoothly and it doesn't look busy. Then we got Julian Siebert, and he's based in Munich at his tattoo shop called The Corpse Painter. It is insane what this man is able to do on the skin, especially his back pieces. And you know what's awesome? He was able to get 80 of his old canvases, like 80 different people to come together for one photo to show his work throughout the years. That's so badass. And Julian's just incredible. Whether it's black or gray or full color, he is able to create these realism illustrative designs that just take up the entire space, and it just comes together into this insane mural. And another cool thing about him is that he's ambidextrous. He taught himself to be ambidextrous because he was sick of not being able to do everything symmetrically. So he was like, fuck it, if I do two hands, then maybe I'll be able to do this right. So he just goes through with the marker like that. Perfect. And when I was at Gods of Ink in Frankfurt, I saw him 3 days create this on Jimmy D'Alessio's back. One of the greatest tattoos I've ever seen. This artist I just recently started looking into, because what caught my eye is the way he just transforms the Japanese style of tattooing and puts his own like modern take on it. This is Dmitrii Naboka, who's a tattoo artist based in Dusseldorf, Germany. I think that's close to me. I live in Germany now, by the way. But what's neat about his work is he takes inspiration from the Japanese style, but he kind of puts his own twist of this like illustrative neo-traditional look to it. And it looks absolutely stunning because he has this muted color palette with this soft shading, and it allows everything to go up the body part with such a smooth transition. And I'm just going to be honest, my favorite pieces that he creates is when he takes the Japanese flora and combines it with the ornamental work. Dude, next up, we got one of the greatest realism artists to ever exist. There is no question to that. This is Matt Jordan, who's a tattoo artist based in New Zealand, and he creates some of the most intricate and most precise detailed realism I have ever seen. It looks, and I'm going to be honest here, it looks as if you take a photo of something and then you just laid it onto the skin and then it just blended into the skin. The way he is able to translate these fine art compositions onto the skin is absolutely mind-blowing, because he's able to master the light sources, the shadows, the intricate details on every single component within that piece for it to come together and just look like a mural. I have seen many realism tattoo artists, but Matt Jordan has some of the most outstanding work I have ever come across. Truly is in his own category. And then next up, one of the most incredible ornamental and neo-traditional artists on the planet, who's also my mentor, Filouino. And that's also another update. I am currently doing my tattoo apprenticeship, and it's under Filouino, which is why I am in her studio right now, and I'm so honored. She is so incredible in all the compositions she creates, and I get to see it happen every day, which is so cool, and she's the greatest teacher. So Philo has been drawing since she's like 2, so she is absolutely a master of her craft. Whenever she draws something, it just comes out like pure gold. But she specializes in both ornamental and neo-traditional pieces, and a lot of them have these cultural inspirations, especially her back pieces. And she also did my back piece, which we have to continue finishing, but she created this like 1920s pinup girl in her own style. But I absolutely love the way she is able to just adorn and accentuate the body with her beautiful ornamental work. She truly understands the curvatures of the body and also how to take these patterns and just wrap them around in order to complement them the best. Oh, he moved. Well, this is Stricker, who's a tattoo artist originally from Argentina, and now he's based in Valencia, Spain. And this man creates some of the most intricate and jaw-dropping geometric tattoos I have ever seen. The fact that he is able to get that much detail into his pieces where it's still readable is insane. And also, a lot of his concepts are surreal, so you just look at it and it's kind of like just a mind warp. And he's starting to experiment a lot more with this surreal concept where it almost like what I would imagine DMT feels like. Like you take it and you look at his pieces and that's just like, all right, different dimension. But it is truly fascinating how he's able to take all these complex patterns and layer them within each other, adding the shadows where you see the dimensional depth to each one, yet it all comes together into one beautiful mural. Every single one is just so trippy and so much detail. I could stare at each one for hours. And if you haven't noticed yet, these tattoo artists are ones that do large scale pieces that just transform the body parts into something crazy. So next, we're gonna go to Canmore, Canada. If you don't know where that's at, it's kind of near Banff, that beautiful teal lake that's just overlooking the mountains that doesn't look real. This is Turcotte, who is a tattoo artist that specializes in anime, comic, and cartoon sleeves. And let me tell you, they look nuts. Now, not only do I love him because the colors are just bursting, he's taking all these vibrant colors that are just popping off the skin so well, but it's the way he layers all these different scenes together as if it were a comic book, because you obviously can see the different subjects and the different things going on, but somehow it just all comes together to make sense as to one visual. And then nostalgia's just flaring. The Mario, the Warner Brothers, Monsters Inc. And another thing that I love about his work is that he utilizes almost every single part of the skin. You rarely find a piece of skin left untouched, which really just makes these things one huge composition. And it just makes it so alluring because you're constantly just reading through the whole entire sleeve with no break. All right, onto these bodysuits. These are wild. This is Shi Ryu, who's a tattoo artist from South Korea. I came across his work a couple months ago, and then I've met him at a few conventions now, and he has his canvases come with him to showcase the work. And let me tell you, they are insane. Like I just said about Derek, where there's rarely any space left untouched, his work is similar to that fact, and everything just comes together so smoothly. His art style is like this innovative Japanese that integrates different ornamental concepts. It's almost like a bioorganic, but everything's blending together and just, I'm usually able to define styles pretty quickly, but with him, it's just so unique. It's like this blend of Japanese, this innovative concept of Japanese work that blends with this illustrative bioorganic that is meshed with all these ornamental patterns, but the layering within each one, and there's so many different layers to it, it's just like... But if I did have to define it, it's like this new take on Japanese that's just integrated with all these free-flowing ornamental pieces. It is just fantastic. Every time I see him at a convention, I go up and see the guys that have the tattoos, so I'm like, dude, that's so cool. And then the final artist in this episode, Oozy, with some of the most beautiful tattoos I've ever seen. Now, I love Oozy. He's an awesome guy. He's based in Los Angeles, and he creates some of the most unique tattoos on the planet. He creates his intricate ornamental artwork that takes inspiration from the Korean culture. And he creates his art solely in black ink and solely in red ink, but the ones that I love the most is his ceramic blue, because it just looks like those traditional vases that are white with the blue ornamental patterns on them. And the way it just complements the body, the contrast between that blue and then that negative space left there and the intricate pattern work is just absolutely mesmerizing. And what's really cool, he's been diversifying his concepts a little bit. So this guy got a whole sleeve and it's like these musical notes going down. He did this blue Sakyong style, and then also this other person got this beautiful Azteca work. And it's really cool for him to take his signature style and just start doing these new concepts like this because they look amazing. Those are just a few of my favorite tattoo artists on the planet who do absolutely mind-blowing work. Thank you guys for watching. Please share and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. We're back, baby.